Hey, and welcome to my Wednesday night stream. It's going to be a short one tonight, but hopefully we're going to be able to capture some sales. So I'm going to get straight in and look at my enchants, because that's where the money's going to be at in this next hour. So the first thing I'm going to do straight away is take, not shopping scan, deselect all groups. I'm going to take off my enchants and run a cancel scan on all of those. And a couple are under min price, so I haven't got the whole market, which is fine because there are some that are okay. So I'm going to see if I can get a good few sales in the next hour. First and foremost, hey Alpha Test 1, thanks for stopping by the stream. First and foremost, we need to make sure we get all these enchants off. So I'm going to run this a few times just to make sure it catches everything, and then we can get them back on as quickly as possible. And then I think I'm going to make some more enchants so that I don't have to keep cancelling and reposting the same ones on. I can do a circuit of enchants, hopefully. Depends how much materials I've got, which I've got quite a decent amount of stock. So I think that should be possible. And there's another one there. Right, that should be everything, I think. Right, I haven't even opened up the mailbox yet, so let's go have a look. Right, let's do the cancels. Well, we've got 49,000 in there. So that's a decent amount from this morning's sales. Quite a few Binding of Hastes there. And what else have we got? Rustic Workman's Shirt. Hasten Masteries seem to have sold. Okay, that's good. Right, 49,000. Okay, that's good. Right, let's open those whilst we're here. Might as well clear our mail. That should get us closer to our 500,000. And then let's get these straight back on. Select all groups. Base group, run post scan. There we go, let's get them all on first. Then we can have a look at what we need to do. Oh, thank you Gumdrops for the host. That's very kind of you. I hope you're doing well. I was catching up on your stream earlier, your last stream after I left it. It's got some interesting tips as well today with the tailoring I've been trying out. That's an interesting one. I'm going to give those a test. Probably not this stream. I'm going to focus on enchants this stream. But hey Z, thanks for stopping by the stream. How are you tonight? Hope you're doing well. Right, enchants are on. So that's the first and foremost thing. We now need to check if there's any gaps that TSM can pick up. And we're going to have a look at major sellers. And yes, all those hastes that sold and masteries. We're going to need some arcana for that though. So let's switch to regular view and run a few lay shatters whilst we go shopping. So shopping wise, let's turn that off for now. First and foremost, we need to check on chaos crystals, because if there's any cheaper than 400 like those ones, actually that's not bad. 13 stacks of 20 for 400. How many have I got? So I've got 898. Okay, first sales come in. So that's pretty good. What was that's just sold? That was Binding of Agility that's just sold. Okay, excellent. So going back to our chaos crystals, let's have a look. Hey Bullywolf, thanks for stopping by the stream. Nice of you to stop by. And Drop Pencil, welcome both of you. Hope you're doing well yourselves tonight. I'm thinking, right, 409 is my average purchase price, so I'm going to scoop up some of these stacks of 20. Let's get at least 10 of them. Actually no, we're going to go the whole hog and get all of them, because those will be useful for our chaos stock. That'll get our average down slightly. I'm going to leave that 25 there. I'm going to leave those there because that gives me another 260 in the mail. So that's a good stock of chaos crystal. I'm happy with that. And the next thing I really want to look at is silk. We've got really good stock levels of silk at the moment, but I want to keep it topped up. We've got over 7,000 silk. Now it has jumped up to 648, so not as cheap as I have been getting it for, which is at 548 average. So I think as I've got enough for now, I'm going to leave that. And we've probably got enough ley light now. Arcana, sorry. So let's swap over and let's make those rings of haste. Might as well run through this with the scroll wheel. So we're going to get all the haste, the masteries we want, good stock of those. And then I think my next plan is to overstock on the main ones that are selling. Obviously with the API being down, we're relying on just the prices we've got here. Auctioning and run a post scan. Right, okay, so might take the food off at the moment because that's going to slow things down. Okay, so Mark of the Claw we're getting on. Haste and Mastery are actually below min price, as well as Critical Strike. That's not good. We're going to have a look and see what we're going to have to do about these markets, otherwise we're not going to get any sales. Right. Let's pick up the Chaos Crystal we bought, because that should take our averages down. Where are we at to now? 407 Chaos price. Now it could be... Let's have a look. Let's do a shopping scan. Hey, do it. Thanks for stopping by the stream. How are you tonight? Ah, thank you for the follow. It's very kind of you. Right, let's look at just the rings and run a shopping scan on those. Hey Severi, how are you? Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. So haste, mastery and crit. So versatility is the only one that's showing a profit there, because the crafting cost is 2,223 and we're at 2,7, so that's a 900 profit. And then critical strike should go on for a 940 profit. And mastery, what's that? Should go on for a 853 profit. So I think the API is messing up my posting. Let's just have a look at that. So we'll deselect all the groups, look at just the rings and run a post scan. It was in the middle of my last vid and you saw where I was streaming. Jumped to real-time mode. So these aren't posting given my current group, but they should give me a profit. So I need to adjust my group to allow for this. So let's have a look in my group for rings. Let's look at these. So the group operation should be the general enchant one, sell enchants. So let's have a look at what this actual post operation is. 48, we probably don't need to be on that now. Post cap of 10. Price settings is minimum price is 100% crafting plus 400 gold. And what we were saying, it was below minimum price. So I would calculate that is within my minimum price. So what's making that? Because it's looking at the market, perhaps. Was it the part of the satchels? What was it about them? Oh, we were talking about the satchels and whether the 90 shal'dorei silk that it uses could be used for 10 ley lights, and what's the worth between, is it better to keep hold of them and use it, is it better used for ley light and bloods, or is it better to diversify and have both ley light and bloods for some and use satchels for other? And so we're just kind of talking about the balance between the two. And I think it just came down to personal preference in the end. Diversity is good, but so long as you're not limiting one of or the other of the markets, was I think our general conclusion on that. Normal price. So we're not posting here at this. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to change this slightly. I'm going to change this to 100% crafting plus 400 gold is my normal price. And then we're going to change that to normal price and see what that does. How much is ley light and how much does the satchel sell for? Ley light's about 54, I think, if memory serves, and the satchels sell for about 750. Profit wise, I'm not sure how much profit that is. I'd have to look, and obviously with the API being down, I'll have to recalculate it. But looking at my bags, ley light is 51 gold, and I don't have any satchels on here, but my auction of a satchel, let's just type it in. Silkweave satchel, they're going for 795 with a crafting cost of 493, so it's about a 270 gold profit according to TSM on those. Right, so if we go back and we do another post scan, so we're posting at normal price. So the craft, that should still give us a profit. So 10 ley lights is 580 gold, and the satchel is 795 gold. Yeah, that's right, Severi. But then if you think in they've got the chances of getting bloods and the chances of getting chaos crystals, kind of like pushes that price up a little bit. And at the time, I had very few bloods on me, and so the discussion was more about, okay, well, you could really do with the bloods over the extra profit. So it was kind of like, it was just an interesting kind of thought process. So I'm thinking this is still a profit looking at this, so I should be okay to post these. I'm going to stick them on. And see if that's alright. Because I think the API is slightly messing with the TSM. I may be wrong, but I think it's okay. Let's see what the rest are. Post scan on the others. So critical strike we've done. Everything else we haven't got. Okay. And the old world. Is there anything on there we haven't got? No. Right, okay. So we could do with just looking again at our shopping. And let's look at the necks. Let's do the cloaks first, actually, because they're the good ones. So these are all okay, except I don't have any intellect, strength and agility. Crafting cost gives about a 410 profit on that, and crafting cost gives that 1,900 profit on that one. full 1 plus 9. And okay, so intellect and strength are definitely worth doing. Agility's close, but I think it's still worth doing. So what I'm going to do, move that down there, and we're going to have a look at the cloaks. Professions. Now I have got some blood, so hopefully I'll be able to do 3 of each of these. 1, 2, 3. Add, and add. Okay, we need the Arcana for that, so let's do some lay shatters. There we go. 1 blood at every 10. If you get 1, let's say 200 gold is even. I go for sure, then random number generator in hopes of getting 1 blood. Yep. Plus you've seen before, we make 40 plus and got 1 blood, which is not even enough for 1 cloak enchant. Yeah, it's getting the bloods. I mean, I've got enough silk now, so I'm quite happy just to keep that going. Yeah, it is down to preference, I think. I think ultimately though, diversity's definitely better because you only got a foot in each market rather than just concentrating on one. I'd much prefer to have more diversity spread out over lots of things. So that's my kind of like take on it. Right, I'm going to wait for this to get up to 9 on the cloak enchants. And then we'll see if we can just get these on for a profit. There we go, right, okay, so back to this. Let's make 3 each cloaks. Get those on. I want to see if we can get some sales. Hopefully, over the next hour is the plan. Right, okay, so those are done. Crafting done. Move back to the auction house. Auctioning. And we'll do a post scan of the ones we've got. So intellect, agility and strength. Should still be a profit each based on that price. So let's post those up. And looks like critical strike we've been undercut on. So let's get those under again. So looking at the shopping, let's have a look at, let's do everything except for the old worlds. Just have a look and see where we're at. There's more markets, then you have more ways of getting income daily. Not always enchant sells and satchels won't sell every day, but having 2 ways and a stable daily income is indeed better. Definitely my way of thinking as well. Good evening, the Gold Queen. Thanks for stopping by the stream tonight. How's your head explosion with your new market going? Have you got it all sorted yet? Are you still working things out? Ooh, looks like heavy hide needs resetting. And looks like critical strike needs resetting. And mastery. So everything, people do seem to be quite busy tonight. So what I'm going to do is see what I need to take off. And then we'll put them back on. Actually, no, I'll cycle through. I think what I'll do is I'll make some more of each. So I've got some overstock. And then we can put some more on. So we're okay on that. Let's make heavy hide. Have we got heavy hides? Where are we in the list? Actually, we don't actually have any. That's why. Okay. heavy hide. Let's do heavy hide. Because it's coming out as a loss according to this. Is that right though? Is that accurate? Heavy hide is 7,400 with a crafting cost of... So that's not correct, because my heavy hide crafting cost would be 5,506. So I do need to make a couple of those, I think. There we go, let's get those on. And then what else have we got? Binding agility I've got. And critical strike, probably being undercut on. You're not sure it exists, but if it does, this is as big as when transmog came out. Hopefully, I hope it works out. It's worth testing, you know, see how it goes and then take it from there. But it's exciting nonetheless. Right, okay, so we want... What else do we want to put on? Got everything else. I'm just looking at my list. Critical strikes. Let's do a post of what we've got. My auctions, auctioning. Run a post scan of those. Oh, thank you, Rock Goldmaker, for the host. That's very kind of you. I hope you're doing well. How was your stream, Rock Goldmaker? Right, critical strike. Let's get some on. And let's get some heavy hides on. Okay. So now let's do a shopping scan. See where we're at. Connected to transmog and twink gear, which is always expensive. Exactly. Stream went well. Excellent. Good to hear, Rock Goldmaker. Right. Okay. Cloak binding of agility. I'm less on. So have I got agility? There's quite a few. Yes, I've got the 3. And agility is a little bit of a profit. So I'm going to make one more. And get a cycle going of those. Alright, let's juggle my windows around. Binding agility will add one to the queue. New bed. Oh, wish you could do this. Which is that? Streaming or making gold? Both are certainly possible. Hey, Afterboom. How are you? You're welcome to join in, Newbed, definitely. And hi, French Curse. Lots of new people in tonight. Welcome all. Thank you all for stopping by. We're making a binding of agility, which we still need. We need more and more arcana. So that's going to be our thing that's holding us back at the moment. Right, let's switch to classic, move that down, and run with a whole load of arcana. Get that going. Actually, making gold, you're on a relatively dead realm for this kind of auction house interaction. Well, my server's not exactly the most populous of servers. It's a question, I think, of just trying to find a niche, try and see what people on your realm actually do, and then see if you can service that need in some way, whether it's materials or whether it's a certain profession or whether it's transmog. I'm sure there's bound to be something that sells. Right, I'm going to go back and run another shopping scan. Just going to keep an eye on it with shopping scans. I think that's better than cancel scans at the moment. I live on a small island with my realm. Yes, exactly. Right, we've got a few more undercuts coming in. So intellect and... what else have we got there? Yeah, intellect probably could do with a couple more of those. So let's add those to the queue. Kind of trying to mix these in a little bit. A couple of intellects. And then... oh, it's lagging a little bit because I think I'm still doing a lay shatter. Switch to the classic, yes we are. Okay, and then... so you're nervous of making a mistake, so you want to research before you say too much. That's a good plan, Gold Queen. It's not so much... I mean, I don't mind looking like an idiot myself whenever I do things. I'm constantly getting it wrong. But I guess it would be a good one to test. Make sure you're absolutely certain it works. And then I think that's going to work quite well. You'll find trying to make gold on your new character, you have around 1k and 71 level. You're doing fine, that's pretty good. I mean, that's a good start. So 71 level's pretty good. So the more higher up you get, the more you're going to get more chances at gold. So that'll be interesting, definitely. And we're going to look at some more critical strikes, I think, and maybe some masteries. Let's make a couple more masteries whilst the lay shatter's going. Let's add mastery. Let's get another 3 or 4 masteries in the pot. Right, that's Tome of Illusions Draenor. Don't want that. Turn those off. I'm going to break TSM, I think, doing this whilst doing lay shatter whilst shopping. Hopefully not. And then we're also looking at trained soldier is also showing a profit, so we want a couple more trained soldiers in the mix. Hold on, move this down. There we go, trained soldier, where are you? There we go. Let's just do 2 of those. Add to queue. Right. Look at all those tier 3 enchants, envious. Almost there. We just need to do Emerald Nightmare. Get those ones. That's the main thing I want. Right. We've made absolutely loads of Arcana now, so that should hopefully be enough. Let's start with... oh, a whole load of stuff just expired. A big wall of yellow on the left there. Right. Okay, let's get another batch of enchants up and ready. Hey, Sephorium. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. God, we've got a great crowd tonight. Everyone's stopping by. Thank you all for your company. I'm hoping I can at least get some gold going eventually. I'm not sure how active we're going to be tonight. We've had a couple of sales. But I'm going to try and keep on top of the enchant market tonight. That's my main goal. Major sellers, right, run a post scan. And that way we can at least get some of these on. Hey Arnota, thanks for stopping by. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Everyone does mistakes at the Gold Queen. No one did. Broke ourselves, yeah. I think it's good to research though. I've been doing my research on tailoring today, and there's been some interesting things out there. I'm looking forward to trying them out. Right, so undercutting competition on those, posting my current price for that, and that was below min price, but that's not actually true, I don't believe, because the maths doesn't add up. I think that's the API throwing TSM off. So let's do another shopping scan. Oh, there we go. Binding of Agility's just sold. And it looks like we could probably do with making another Binding of Strength. How are the strengths looking? Yeah, they're looking good. And Binding of Agility, not so great. So we'll just do the strength and maybe take off some of our critical strikes. So let's go back to here. Go to Enchanting. Oh, sorry if it's lagging out. We want a Binding of Critical Strike. Let's just make a couple of those, and then let's make a couple of strengths. We're kind of overstocking here. We're running low actually on bloods already. So what we'll do is we'll make the 1, and then we're going to go for that. Thorium sold a ton. How's the sales going? Right, sorry, I just got to catch up on chat. Here we go. How's the sales going these days? Sales going well. We're trying to get some more things going on the enchants tonight. It's a bit of a struggle because we are in a competitive market now. A lot of people are undercutting me. But if it works, then of course you'll share. Absolutely, Gold Queen. And then Samadan sold a ton of rare world boss gear last night. Pulled out like 160k in sales. That's pretty nice, Arnota. Excellent. And you move some cash over to Mal'Ganis. Okay, excellent. Very tired. So please excuse me. No worries, Gold Queen. Thank you for stopping by. And Ignis, hi, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And there we go. I hope you get some rest, Gold Queen. There we go. Right, okay. What we probably need to do now is a cancel scan on some of these, because I think we've got too much on at the moment. So let's take those off and run a cancel scan, and hopefully we can get rid of put a few back on at a decent price. You need to check on 7 accounts where your 10 tokens are. Should have bought them on a single character. Wow. That's true multi-box hell, isn't it? But in a good way. First world problem. French curse, the real Gold Queen or the replica? This is the real Gold Queen. Oh, looks like that's not working. Let's run this through again. Run a cancel scan. And those aren't cancelling because it's below min price. It's slightly awkward with the API being down. It is messing with my TSM groups and everything. I'm not fully confident I'm doing it right either. So let's hope I am at least getting... I think I'm getting profit still with the way I'm posting this. So I want to make sure though. So let's do that and then get the next one on. You stocked up on $350 plus 10 tokens plus 33 million liquid and some million stock. Expansion can come. Wow, that's amazing, Ignis. Those numbers are just completely blowing away anything. Oh, Binding of Intellect sold. Right, quick, go get some more enchants on. Satchels we need on. 747 they're down to. That's alright. Critical strikes we want on. Intellect, agility we want on. Mastery we want on. There we go. And then we go check everything we have here. We've got some expires, so we'll pick all this up. I think I'm going to fill my bags up with this though. There we go. We need more stockiness. Is that even possible? Right, there's a whole load of shirts here looking to come on. So yeah, it's pretty good for starting 11 months ago with a single character. Watching gold streams helped a lot. Wow. In 11 months, that's a really rapid rise, Ignis. That's very impressive. The IPO should not matter if you're referencing your purchase data and not market data. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going with crafting cost, Sephorium, but it does seem to not quite be right when it comes to flagging things as below min price. I'm not sure what I've done to set it up incorrectly, but something a little bit weird. But I'm not gonna. I think it's working now. And then I'll probably have a deeper look into it off stream. That is pretty insane, isn't it, Sephorium? Yeah, you buy game time from the rest of the gold. Yeah, you definitely, because you need to maintain those 7 accounts as well, obviously. Well, that's some gold coming in. Right. I'm filling up my bags quite a lot. Oh, I've got these recipes I need to learn. I picked these up. a whole load of tailoring recipes earlier. Let's learn these, clear some space. So there's kind of a mix of different recipes here I picked up on the auction house, which are quite interesting. I'm a bit of a completionist, thinking I'd like to collect all my tailoring and enchanting recipes. So I had a quick look on the auction house and picked up a few random ones that looked cheap. So it was quite interesting. Some of these. Why don't you scan your auction house manually, Samadan? Yes, I'm doing that with a shopping scan drop pencil. I bought Game Time till 2020. Wow, on your 3 accounts. You're dumping more gold into stock maps because they'll be worth more later. Epones, please could you show how you've set up your groups to restock? Yes, I could, Epone, but I think it's not really working properly with the API being down, so... Ah, thank you, Silji, for the follow. That's very kind of you. I'll show you once I've done a post scan of what my group setup is. You have 7 accounts and only paid till 2019. It's still amazing numbers, though. I guess having the 7, it's just start the PC 30 minutes earlier every day and scan the complete auction house for fresh data. Oh right, you mean actually scanning the auction house, doing a manual scan. I didn't know you could do that with TSM. But that's something I could do. Okay, I hadn't realised that, drop pencil. Thanks for the tip. Right, my restocking, the way it's set up is I've got groups set up for all my enchants, and I've split them into average, good, and rubbish ones, and each have a different operation on them. So if we go into TSM and look at my groups for enchanting, so here I've got, say something like cloaks. They're all the same, the 3 different cloaks I want to restock on, and the group operation there for crafting is to have 3 each of them. And then in there I've got a maximum restock quantity of 3, minimum profit of 400 gold, and then the rest I've kept as it is. And then I've done the same for each of the others, except for things like rings. The good ones have a restock of 10 of each, average ones are 4 of each, and then the next I've split into 2 of each, 4 of each, and 1 of each. So it kind of like depends on what sells best, and then I restock appropriately. And then when I go into enchanting and I go into my group and I click on just these ones and I add to queue, then it would, if I was running out of any of those ones in that list, if I had like less than 10 of any of these, or less than 4 or less than 3, depending on what I'd set up, then it would come in the crafting queue, so long as it was a profit. At least that's the plan anyway. If you have good data cache, you don't need any API for the moment. Okay, French Goose, thanks for that. Severi, you're stuck with 1 account. Yeah, but you're getting there rapidly. I'm sure you'll get multiple accounts soon. I don't think you can manual scan in TSM4. You may be wrong though. I have no idea. I'll have to check with Gumdrops on that one. Don't know how it is in TSM4, sadly. But the TSM guys scan some realms manually to at least get some data. Yeah. Does it restock depending on what you have on the auction house? Yes, it does. It basically, if I've got 10 on the auction house or 10 in my bags or a total of 10 anywhere, then it was going to, it won't restock on something like rings that are set to a maximum of 10. So if they're on the auction house, then yes, it won't restock. It depends on the numbers you set, but that's the general gist, basically. Leyblood was at 112%. That's insane. Yeah, the Leyblood hasn't been dropping for me, I think. Here. No problem, Napoon. I hope that helps. It takes a little while to get your head round, but then it does, I think, work really, really well, better than doing it manually, which is what I used to do until I got my head round it. And thanks for the lovely advice on here. Excuse me. Right, let's check a shopping scan of where we're at. Have we been undercut? I'm expecting probably, but maybe not. You've been using TSM for the past few months and just getting into it a bit deeper. That's the best way, is just basically start small and then layer by layer it all becomes apparent. You can enable quick spawning. Oh, you found 40k. Where was that? I missed that. Where was the? You found 45k because of that, so you don't have to buy any more this expansion. Wow. You can enable quick spawning with 5 people, 20k lay blood per hour with a 5-man team. That's amazing. You're good, making 10 to 12 million in a month is enough for me. Yeah, that's pretty good, Severi. You don't have time for a second account, you just want the extra character slots because you're running out of room. And Coria Mall. Okay, that's interesting. That's a rare one. Wow. Okay. Oh, we've sold a Binding of Intellect. Excellent. Where are we missing? We need some more critical strikes on. Looks like we're undercut. Where's my critical strikes? Up here we need to get some of these off. My auction. Let's cancel these. I haven't done the duration 30 minutes. Let's take these off. I haven't got a macro set up to do this like I've seen gumdrops do, so I'm just going to run those through. There we go. Oh, there goes my phone. It's very good for a single character. Yeah, I mean, Severi's done really well on a single character, trying out all the markets. Yeah, it's impressive when you look at the numbers. I think rather than, I think it's a great inspiration just to see what you can do with a bit of time and a bit of practice. Right, excuse me a minute whilst I check that text message. I've already got the maximum amount posted, that's why it's not going back on. There we go. Oop. Okay, so we need to take some of our critical strikes off. Got too many on. Type. Oh, no. Did that work? I could try again. My auctions. Oh, that's not working. That was working before. Okay. Duration's working. Yeah, that's working, but typing's not working. Clear filters. Yeah, that's not working. Okay, let's do a reload. There we go. I think people are just busy farming different things. Yes, I think Z says I'm happy with $1 million a month. Mine just checked accounting and you spent 130k in the last week on one character alone. Yes, that happens, Z, when you're stocking up. But that's good because you're reinvesting it in stock, and so even though it looks like your gold isn't going up, it is in stock, which is a lot more useful. Right. Oh, that's what I can't spell. 1, 2, 3. Let's take a few of these off, and then we can put some more on. There we go. And then we can auctioning, do a post scan, and hopefully get some on straight away. Yeah, There we are. Good evening, Shin. Thanks for stopping by. How are you this evening? Hope you're doing well. The only thing that sells really well for me on the auction house is sallow pigments. Oh, okay. I guess a question of just expanding from there, really. Sitting at 100k liquid now with 1.2 million goods. That's pretty good, see? Definitely. Right, I'm just going to go pick up my bags, because I had my cancels there for critical strike. Oh, we got a sale. What was that? Binding of versatility. Okay, that's good. So we're getting the sales in at the moment, which is awesome. And let's run a shopping scan just to make sure that we're the lowest on everything. Looking good so far. Distant army we've gone under on, but that looks like it's not going to be a profit. Critical strike, definitely there. We need to put some more on. Looks like critical strike's the where it's at the moment. Critical strike. Let's take a couple off, and then we should hopefully put some more on. Hi, you're going to be streaming tonight. Excellent, Shin. Good to hear. How'd you get a sound for sales? Now there's an extra add-on I put for that. Where was it? Add-ons. Which one is it? This one. I sold more. Does the till sound whilst I'm waiting for TSM to put their till sound back in. Right, can we get another couple of crits on? Yes, we can. There we go. I sold more, yes. With the space, I think. Between the I sold and more, I think. And then, where else do we miss? Shin saying it's crazy, and then I'm on Fenris. There's not much competition. Okay. And look forward to keeping lots of grief. I sold more, that was that. There is an option in TSM options, that's right. See, in TSM 3 there's an option for it. It's not currently working in TSM 4. Had your breakthrough back in Burning Crusade. And that with one flip you made your first million. And since then it's been going up. That's pretty amazing, Severi. Right, okay. So back in the shopping scan. Run another shopping scan. Just making sure basically we've got this. Hidden Satyr. Oh, there's another couple here. What have we got? Binding of Haste, Mastery, and Critical Strike again. I think Scruggy is on and actively doing the same as I'm doing, so I'm getting some constant undercuts there. What I think I'll do is Mastery and Haste next. So if I look for those, let's type ring. How many have I got on? Probably do with some more on that. Oh, there we go. Got quite a few masteries on. Let's cancel a few of those. And hastes. Let's cancel a few of those. Where's that gone? Cancelled that. And then we can go back to the mailbox. Pick those up and put them back on. You stick them up in 200s, 50s, 20s and 10s. You listed them on the auction house, 80 and 90 each sallow, but they sit there for weeks unless you post them at 50. Okay. Most scribes get enough of their own millings, so unless it's a bargain it's not worth buying. Now so long as it's a profit, if you can offset the profit with volume, then that should be sound. All depends on the profits, really. Critical strike, we're on minimum again, so we need to check that. And crit. Rather than fight for this one, actually I think I might make a couple. And I have to cancel these actually. Oh, that's not working now. Okay, let's do a slash reload. There we go. You just mill Dream Leaf for Roseates to trade down. Cheapest way of obtaining the inks. Okay. Right, okay. So we're going to do a cancel scan on Crit Strike to get a couple of these off. There we go, and then we can do another post scan. Get those on. And then just double check everything's okay with a shopping scan. I mean, as it's such active undercutting going on, I think I might leave the others. Hey Mr. Honkit, thanks for stopping by the stream. If you don't spend a lot of time milling, unless you save money from buying the sallows, not really worth it. Okay, that's a good point. The old time is money friend. So basically I've got not much more to add on the milling side of things because I know nothing about it, so I'll leave it to the wise people in chat to carry on their rather excellent conversation whilst I have a look at... Ooh, Mastery's just gone on there for 10. That's been an undercut. So I'll take my Masteries off. My auctions... Mastery. I've got loads of these. Let's take a load off. Ready to cancel. Done. Cancel. There we go. Ah, Scruggy's gone offline apparently, according to that. Not sure if it's true or not, but we shall see. Let's take those. I'm going to go put them back on. And do a post scan. Might have to take some critical strikes off. My auctions. Crit. Well, that one hasn't cancelled yet. There we go, auctioning. Let's go back and do another post scan. There we are. Okay, right. Now, what have we got on the chat? We're talking about Dreamleaf. Trade roseates for sallow. Trade roseates down to the inks. You can use it. Okay. This can still mill. Walls, drainer, legion herbs, unscribe. Your sallows are just from Dreamleaf, and you can't use. Okay, I trust chat in knowing what they're talking about because I haven't got a clue on that market. Shopping scan. Right, how are we doing? We've been going for about just over half an hour, or an hour even. Hey, right one too. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for the follow. Very kind of you. Right, we're looking okay, except Mastery and Critical Strike we're under on. Oh, and Haste now as well. Haste was a good profit maker actually. I have to try and get a few of those. Basically free gold. I stockpile them to unload a few thousand in one go for cheap. Okay. I see. So it's more a case of sort of balancing out what's going to be the most profit for the money on the Fellwort versus Sallow. Try and get 2 to 3 people in their herbs. They have people who are mailing you stacks of silk for 600 per stack. Wow, that's cool. They know they'll sell faster that way, and no one to undercut. Ah, that's good. You're getting some supplies, Severi. That's proper goblins tactics, that. Thank you, Right12, for the follow. I'm not sure I've already said that, but thank you again. And you pay under 10 a dream leaf, so on average your rose gates are 5 each. Sallows are a bonus. They just take forever to move. Okay. So we've got 36,000 gold incoming. Not as great as the other week we had, but then that's not surprising given that there are some active undercutters on at the moment. So I'm just going to take a slight detour from the ones I've got on at the moment, and we're going to have a look. Need to move auction house. There we go. Going to have a look at cooking. Let's deselect all groups and run a cancel scan on our cooking. That's why you're leveling your multi-box team. Yeah. Getting the supply going. I think that's a pretty good plan. I'm pretty sure 20 Fellwort is 40 Sallows-ish. Okay. So 100 Fellwort is about 50 gold Sallow. Okie dokie. Some have them in banks, they didn't realise. Yep, that's true. Right, let's try another cancel scan. Just in case there's anything we've missed. Cancel those 4. And then I'm going to do a restock on my cooking. Fancy meeting you here. And Sephorium, yes. This is where everyone goes when Gumdrops isn't on. At least. Oh, there we go. What was that? Jadinia, thank you for the follow. Right, let's get that cooking back on. Not that active here. Auction house and RuneScope. It's a lot of click. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of clicking there. Right, post scan of our food. Jadinia, thank you. I've got your name right. Thank you for the follow, and thanks for stopping by the chat. Welcome aboard. We are currently, we've just gone through all our enchanting, so we're currently just going through some cooking. Let's do a restock on cooking. Just check my auctions so that TSM knows I've got them. Still trying to cancel 2, so I think I'm going to need to do a reload. And then we'll get back into that properly. And then we can do a restock on the food and just make sure all our other markets are taken care of. They've probably got another 20 odd minutes or so on the stream. Right, okay, so just check the auction house and look at everything's on. Might try to record a short clip to show it. Yeah. Tome sell for 100 gold apparently. That's a good place to throw sallows at, but I can't yet. So you'll flog them cheaper, make gold and make someone else make their profit on them with whatever they craft. Yes, I guess you're always supplying to someone, whether it's end of the chain, beginning of the chain, or somewhere else. Okay, cooking, restocks. How's the cooking restock looking? Food, add to queue. Yep, awesome. Lavish Suramar feasts are in demand, so let's start gathering. intermediates, turn them on, and go pick this all up from the bank. And then we should at least be able to collect this up and get some lavish summer feasts going, which would be nice. When you play it's too much, one big grind, you're about 2,000 to 3,000 hours from being the highest level in all skills. Wow, that sounds like a dedication right there. Oh, we need to get some lean shank from the auction house. Let's go pick that up. Making a lot of gold selling sumptuous fur to competitors. Ah, that's a good idea, yeah. And some sorcerous earth as well. Yes, I think people are stocking up on the hexweave bags. I know I am trying myself. Not massive stocks, because I haven't got the Dorothy 2 primal. But I am ticking over my daily quests, which is useful. Is the TSM 4 available from Curse? It's available from TSM directly if the beta if you sign up for premium, Jadinia. TSM 3 is what's currently going, so you'd have to go. It's still in beta at the moment. But if you do want to sign up for the beta, you can, and they'll be put in a queue. Otherwise, if you sign up for the premium, you can get it straight away, which is awesome. Obviously, being beta, that's still ironing out some bugs and still some features missing, but I definitely recommend it. Fur reached 2k per stack of 200 yesterday. Wow, that's pretty good, Arnota. Yeah, definitely check it out. I think it's definitely worth it. TSM has saved me a lot of money on subscription costs, so I find it's my way of sort of paying them back because it's less than a subscription, and I make so much gold using TSM. Right, what was I doing? I was buying some lean shank. That's what I was doing. Lean shank. That means I must have run out of it. Okay. Sam, I on Gumdrops' server? On the Discord server? Yes, I am. Oh, no. You mean actual server? I'm on Gumdrops' old server, Shadow Song. Is his old one. That's the one I'm on. I got... Gumdrops gave me his old guild that was still on Shadow Song, which is why I come up as Trader Joe's. So Gumdrops very, very kindly gave me all his old stuff that didn't sell, and now I'm trying to sell it. Cheap. Right, lean shank. We have no lean shank. Why haven't I got lean shank? And why haven't I been buying it? It should be in my list of things to buy. So let's buy a whole load and get my stock back up. 55, I'll take the 200, and I'll take the 42. There we go. There we go. Try the vendor. There's a vendor for lean shank, is there? No, I don't think there is there? Where's my lean shank? There it is. Cooking ingredients. No, there isn't a vendor. Right, okay. So lean shank should be on my shopping list. Let me just double check that. Groups, cooking, ingredients. Yeah, lean shank's in there. Just mustn't have been on my list. Okay. Ah, Blood of Sargeras as vendor. Trade in blood for lean shank. Ah, that's an idea, but I would definitely want my bloods to be used in my enchanting rather than in lean shank. I'd much rather buy it. But it's good to know you can buy it from there. Right, we need to go make some cooking. So I'm going to pop outside into my favourite cooking place. Put a fire down here. And then we need to up our list of intermediate crafts. Crafting into professions. And we need 6 koi scented shal'dorei, which are here, and 5 barbecue ribs, which is there, 5 barracuda, and 4 suramar surf and turf. I'm going to move this over here, and off we go. Please don't buy it for Blood of Sargeras. Yes, definitely not, Ignis. Hey, Executioner, thanks for stopping by. You always regret spending Blood of Sargeras on materials. Yes, definitely. You never use yours at the vendor. To me, it's like voodoo. Right, deep fried mossgill, spiced rib roast, barbecue ribs. How amazingly fast this chef's hat is. It's like super fast. Okay, see you in a bit, Mr. Honkin. I'll be probably finishing the stream in about 15 minutes, so I might not catch you when you come back. Suramar surf and turf, barracuda, murglar. That one and that one. And then we can just do everything else. I'll just run through craft next in queue and then we'll be done. Never have, never will. Yeah, I think I agree with you that Sephorium. Bloods are way too valuable for me for other things. Chef's hat was a must-have when it went live back when. Yeah, still is a must-have. Yeah, absolutely. I'm reaping the benefits after spending about a month or two. Oh, sold a binding of agility. Now I've got it. I'm very happy that I have. I think it was Ignis that insisted that I get it, and I didn't listen straight away, and I missed out on the time walking for the Epicureans, so I had to do it old school way. And now we have it, which is awesome. Right, okay, so let's get some cooking on. Probably a bit late, but this will be good for Thursday sales. Ouch, at least I have it now. Well worth it, definitely. Okay, so looking at major sellers, have we been undercut on much stuff? A few. Not too many, actually. Mongoose I've been undercut on. Elemental Force is selling well. That's definitely been doing well. Sold 12 of those. Crusader I've only sold 1 of those, so I haven't made back the cost the recipe took then, and I've only sold 1 mongoose since I got that, so that's not been that great. Elemental Force has definitely been a good seller for me. I mean, it's 700 profit, but still, that's pretty good. So looking at all of these, we've got, I've been undercut on quite a few here, so let's run auctioning. Let's go back and do a major sellers cancel scan. Let's get those off and back on again. Yeah, there's my undercuts. Let's cancel those. I have to do this a few times. Sam, did I use Shayra's profile at one time and then spend a lot of time defining yours into the groups, like major sellers and such, or basically made your own profile from scratch? I've made mine from scratch. I couldn't understand importing one person's in one go, And so my way of learning TSM was to start slow, start small, and then slowly expand from that. So what my groups are an extension of me learning over the past few months. So it's been a evolving process. But I'm glad I did it that way, because it's helped me understand it a lot more than if I was to have just gone straight from borrowing someone else's groups and not understanding what I was doing. I still fully don't understand what I'm doing, but I feel like I'm a little bit closer, shall we say. Learning over time and adding as you go. I understand that. Different strokes for different folks, exactly. Do you just do the world quests and shuffling for Bloods of Sargeras? Yes, I do, Epones. Those are my main sources, plus any old Order Hall missions that come up. But those are my main world quests, and shuffling is my main ways of getting it. Alright, okay, so top of device, see, yes, that's why it made no sense to you. It started clicking when you did it yourself. Yeah, it depends on, you know, your sort of like how your brain works, but for me that definitely, you're a TSM user for many years, so it's not difficult. Okay, you just get lost in operations. Always need help just learning a little bit. Absolutely. Right, okay, so we're done okay with sales. 35,000 is still good in my books. That's incoming at the moment. Not as much as it was the other week, but then I think activity's probably died down and competition has ramped up. So that's kind of like an indication of the difference. I haven't done any tailoring restocks though. Let's just double check on that. That's the only other group that I need to do. Tailoring, add to queue. Just the rustic workman's shirt that I sold. Actually sold that quite well. It's 1,000 profit for that. Bolt of Frostweave we need for that though, so let's go get some of that. And actually we've got the bolts straight in the guild vault, so we can just pick them up straight away. We don't need to do an intermediate craft. That's handy. Could do with pre-crafting a lot of this stuff as well. That would be useful. Still using TSM3 from the looks of it now. Me and Gumdrops, of course. TSM form seems pretty solid. So yes, I think it's definitely solid. It's missing a few bits, and if you do rely on them in your normal operation, then I'd probably hold off until everything's been sorted. But yeah. Chaos Crystals, I buy as much as I can and then hope for the odd random number one coming through. Plus I do nether shards as much as I can, so if the Order Hall mission comes up or an invasion comes up, then I'll try and get nether shards from that and buy the Dauntless gear and then disenchant that into Chaos Crystals. What bits do you think are still missing? At the moment I'm missing things like when I go into Enchanting, for example, for my professions, and I'm in here, I used to get a list of all the things and what the cost was, which I don't have now in TSM3. So for instance, like a Binding of Haste, it comes up there, but it doesn't list all the things. It just says estimated cost is down here at 38 gold for things like the Rustic Workman's shirt, but it doesn't actually give you a breakdown of things. And I've kind of liked being able to look at that if I was going to buy something on the auction house. Other things, your professions tab isn't working at all. Oh dear, Shin. What else is missing that I really liked from 3? I think that's the main thing. Being able to shuffle groups around has been amazing. That's definitely useful, being able to drag groups around. Alright, let's just make that shirt. Did that work? Oh, no. We swapped between enchanting and tailoring with crafting window still up. There we go. Let's reload that. It hasn't worked for days now. Oh, you do mean in the crash you're getting when trying to restock, Shin? Yes, I had that. The latest release is a bit more stable now for me, so that's a bit better. One thing you added to, yeah, the class hall's 7,500 shards. That's a good one, definitely right one too. And the leather warbind shuffle for bloods crystals. Yep, definitely. One thing I'd like added to TSM is the option to cancel based on group selection. Yes, that would be useful. See, that's the window you get all the time. It doesn't show anything. Oh, okay. You can't use any professions. Oh, that's a shame, Shin. I'm not sure why that would be. You need to hit the done button before you hit reload, or it doesn't submit. I did it the other day a lot too. Is that right, Z? Because I'm sure that it did it either way, whether you hit reload or... I think it's still... The way I understood it is it still submitted it, even though when you hit reload. But I'll double check on that one. Recently, the storm scale leather has been really cheap, so we've been shuffling them too. Yes, I've not actually been looking out for storm scale. Stonehide is usually more expensive than shal'dorei on this server. So shal'dorei is my main source of bracers, but I must look for the storm scale as well. Okay, so we were doing tailoring, that was it. Make that rustic workman shirt. There we go. Maybe wrong, because you're not using TSM 4. What figures to me? Yes, I thought it was that way as well. Z, but I think it submits it either way, but I'll have to double check with the team and see whether that's correct. Right, post scan. Okay, so that's done. We're up to 43,000 incoming now, so that's decent. What else do we need to do for finishing? I did all my other bits before, and keep your eye on the shal'dorei silk between the three. Ensure you can get a deal. People are starting to get into a lull slightly on your house, getting swamped with goods. You've been stocking up. Yeah, I've noticed that, especially with the lower cloth, the wool and the silk and frost weave. As people are going through the lower levels again, I've noticed a lot more sort of stock coming into the market. Adobe won't use your FLV file. Yeah. Adobe doesn't like anything other than standard mobs, MP4s. It can be a bit finicky, is old Adobe. Right. Okay. I think that is going to be me mainly done for tonight. Oh, I'm going to Sale of a Binding Vigility on the end of that. Excellent. I think my family's going to be due back soon, so I want to go say hello to them. But it has been an amazing stream. Thank you all for hanging out. Your company has been what's the word I'm looking for? I've enjoyed your company, so thank you very much. Let's have a look. I don't know if there's anyone on my list for hosting. Let's move this over. Whoops. I I can't see anyone gold maker wise, so we shall leave it at that, I think. But thank you everyone. Thank you for the follows, thanks for the new people who came in, and thank you for the great discussion that's been going on. There's been loads of stuff, so that's been awesome. So I couldn't... Oh, and a trained soldier's just sold. Excellent. So we've got some sales as well, which is brilliant. So have a great evening everyone. Hope you make some more gold yourselves, and I shall see you next time. Bye bye.